In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful strategies to make a woman miss you. Whether you're hoping to reconnect with an ex-girlfriend, trying to draw in someone who's been pulling away, or deepening the bond with a woman you're currently dating, these strategies can help you create a stronger emotional connection. First, let's dive into female psychology and understand what truly makes a woman feel strong attraction, ultimately leading her to miss you. A common misconception is that winning a woman's heart is just about making her feel good. But if that were the case, why do the nice guys, the ones always going out of their way to uplift women, often find themselves ignored? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding of female psychology. Women crave variety in their emotions. They are drawn to men who can engage them emotionally, not just through constant positivity, but by guiding them through a range of emotions: pleasure, tension, anticipation, and even slight discomfort. Think of it like the dramatic ups and downs in TV shows. These emotional shifts make the experience exciting. Similarly, in relationships, variety keeps a woman engaged, making her miss you more. Now, let's look at a few common mistakes men often make. Many men believe that staying in constant touch with a woman, checking in all the time, will make her remember them, but this can backfire. If you position yourself as a backup plan, someone who's always there waiting for her, you'll never be taken seriously. Instead of longing for you, she'll just see you as her safety net. Another mistake is trying too hard to trigger nostalgia by constantly reminding her of great moments you shared. This can feel emotionally manipulative, making her push you away rather than drawing her closer. So, how can you make a woman miss you in a way that's natural and effective? Let's break down 5 strategies that might seem counterintuitive, but they work. 1. Be preemptive. Being preemptive means taking action before the situation even arises, setting the stage for her to miss you before she even has the chance to feel distant. This involves creating emotional time capsules during your time together that will later trigger memories of you when you're not around. The idea is to make subtle but impactful impressions that will stay with her long after you're gone. One powerful tool in this strategy is scent. Our sense of smell is closely linked to memory, and a particular fragrance can be deeply evocative. By consistently wearing the same cologne or perfume, you're essentially marking your presence. For instance, if you wear a distinctive fragrance, something that isn't overly common but still recognizable, whenever she smells it again, it will instantly remind her of you. This is a simple yet effective way to anchor your presence in her memory, even when you're physically absent. Another way to be preemptive is by creating inside jokes or small moments of shared connection. These are unique references that only the two of you understand, whether it's a silly phrase, a specific memory, or a private laugh. These small, meaningful experiences create emotional bonds that will be triggered when she recalls those shared moments. If you make these connections early in the relationship, even as you grow apart or get distant, they'll remain with her and will make her think of you fondly, sparking feelings of longing and nostalgia. 2. Shared moments and emotional connections. The second strategy revolves around creating deep emotional connections that are unique to the two of you. These connections are more than just fun experiences. They are moments where you both emotionally open up, share vulnerable feelings, and connect on a deeper level. The emotional bond created during these moments is what will make her miss you. For example, shared inside jokes can be a major component of these connections. These are references or phrases that only the two of you understand, based on private experiences or conversations. Inside jokes create a secret world between the two of you, and when she recalls those moments, they remind her of your unique bond. It's like having your own language that makes her think of you whenever she hears a certain phrase or memory. Additionally, creating emotional connections through personal conversations, where she shares things she hasn't shared with others, deepens your relationship. These conversations make her associate those feelings with you. When similar emotions or situations arise in her life, she'll think of you and how she felt during those vulnerable exchanges. Even if you've been in a relationship for a while or you're trying to rekindle a past one, initiating these deeper emotional exchanges will help keep you on her mind. 3. Leave on a high note. This strategy is about leaving a lasting, positive impression whenever you interact with her, and it's especially powerful if you're trying to reconnect with someone who has pulled away. The idea is to make every interaction with you a memorable, uplifting experience, so that when you part ways, she's left wanting more rather than feeling like she's had enough. The key here is to avoid overstaying your welcome. Imagine you're on a fun ride at an amusement park. The initial part is thrilling and the momentum builds, but if you stay too long, the excitement fades and things start to feel less special. The same happens in conversations or dates. If you linger too long or push for more when the mood is right, you might inadvertently create a feeling of emotional exhaustion. If you're always the one to end the interaction, it leaves her with a sense of anticipation and makes her crave the next time you connect. Let's say she texts you to ask how your day was. Instead of turning the conversation into a long exchange, keep it light and positive, then end it on a high note. You might say something like, "My day was great, thanks. I'll catch up with you soon." By doing this, you're showing her that you're not overly available, and you're leaving her with a feeling of curiosity about when you'll next connect. This strategy makes her miss you because it leaves her wanting more, instead of feeling like she's had enough of your presence. By leaving at the peak of positive energy, you're encouraging her to look forward to the next encounter, keeping the relationship fresh and exciting. This approach prevents you from appearing needy or overly eager, and it helps maintain a sense of mystery and anticipation. 4. Mystery and subtle jealousy. Creating mystery and subtle jealousy can be a powerful way to keep a woman thinking about you, but it's essential to approach this in a way that doesn't seem forced or manipulative. The key here is to create intrigue and stir emotions without making it too obvious. The first part of this strategy is to cultivate a sense of mystery in your life. When she can't fully figure you out, she'll be intrigued and want to know more. For example, let's say you're active on social media and you post a picture of yourself at a concert or a fun event but don't mention who you're with. The ambiguity of it makes her wonder, who are you spending time with? Is it a date? That curiosity and slight sense of uncertainty will make her think about you more. The idea is to avoid explicitly stating your relationship status or who you're spending time with. This creates a sense of emotional space that keeps her guessing. The subtle jealousy comes into play when you let her imagination fill in the blanks. If you're reconnecting with an ex or trying to rekindle a past relationship, you might mention something like, "I went skiing last weekend." But instead of sharing who you went with, you simply say, "I went with a friend." This small bit of vagueness sparks a subtle feeling of jealousy, as she may wonder if you're seeing someone else, even though you've given no concrete information. It's important not to be blatant or overly obvious about it, as that can backfire, but if done subtly, it creates a sense of competition without you needing to make a direct move. By keeping some aspects of your life a little mysterious and letting her imagination run wild, you keep her emotionally engaged. This will make her miss you because she's constantly thinking about what you might be up to, and that curiosity about your life draws her back to you. 5. Be different. Being different is one of the most effective strategies to break the usual patterns and dynamics that may have developed in your interactions with her. When a woman feels she has power over you or can predict how you'll behave, it can cause the attraction to fade. Predictability often leads to boredom because she knows exactly how you'll respond and what to expect from you. By changing things up and shifting the dynamic, you break this pattern and reignite her interest. One way to do this is by altering your behavior or responses. For example, if you've always been the type to immediately text her back or be overly available whenever she calls, start changing that pattern. Don't respond right away or make yourself constantly available. This shift in behavior will subtly challenge her expectations and force her to reassess how she views you. She'll start wondering if you're still as invested or if you're just as available as she thought. This can create an emotional push-pull that keeps her on her toes. Another powerful way to be different is by making a physical change that she wasn't expecting. For example, let's say you've never had a beard in the past, but you start growing one now. When she sees you with this new look, it presents a new version of you that she hasn't experienced before. This change will grab her attention and create intrigue. Similarly, you could change how you dress, moving from casual attire to more polished, sharp clothing. This shift will make her see you in a new light, and the unexpected change will spark curiosity about the person you've become. In essence, being different means breaking free from predictable behavior and showing her that you're evolving. Whether it's through a change in how you communicate, your appearance, or your interests, These small shifts will make her think about you in a new way and make her miss what she no longer has control over. Conclusion. In conclusion, the key to making a woman miss you is not about constantly trying to please her or being available all the time. It's about creating emotional variety, deepening your connection, and allowing space for curiosity, mystery, and anticipation. By being preemptive and planting emotional anchors, like scents or inside jokes, you create lasting impressions that keep you in her thoughts. Building shared emotional moments deepens the bond, making her miss the connection you've built together. Leaving on a high note ensures that she's left wanting more, and introducing mystery and subtle jealousy keeps her curious and thinking about you. Finally, being different, changing how you behave, look, or present yourself, disrupts the patterns and keeps her engaged in a dynamic, exciting way. By following these strategies, you'll not only make her miss you but also build a stronger, more intriguing connection that can lead to a deeper and more meaningful relationship.